I'm Alfie Quadrille. Could Judy bluff?
Hey guys, Tara here, and if you're anything like me, then you were probably patiently awaiting the release of SimCity tomorrow. This is a game that I've been dying to get my hands on for months. I actually did get to play the first 6 or so hours of it last week, as well as the multiplayer, which I'll talk about in a second. As far as the single player is concerned, there is so much going on in this game. It's unreal. SimCity has always been a very involved process, but I think with the addition of data layers, specifically in this one, really adds a lot of depth to the gameplay. Like I said in a previous video, I think in my interview with Ocean Quigley, there is no more year in SimCity. The concept of time is gone. So you basically judge your progress by your town hall that's in your city, which is one of the first buildings you place down. And a lot of that is just based on how many people there are in your city. So if the taxes are too high or there's constantly fires everywhere, people will start to abandon those houses. There's also missions, like build a ferry station here, get, 20,000 people in your town. But that adds a very interesting and unique component to the game. As far as the multiplayer goes, it's actually not nearly as intrusive as I thought. It's actually quite passive. When you begin the game, you select from 8 regions, and those regions have anywhere from 2 to 16 players. So if you're playing a multiplayer region, you can zoom out to view the regions, and you'll be able to see sort of an overview of the other cities in your region, along with how they're doing, and sort of like a small metric related to that. And this is where I think one of the really cool components of the multiplayer comes in, which is that problem that I have in previous games is I always build way too much of something and then realize later that I don't need it, and it's just, consuming resources. So in the new SimCity, you don't have to just delete those and, lose the money that you spent on them. You can actually assign extra, ambulances or police cars or whatever you've built too much of, and you can send those to other cities in the region if they say that they need them. Conversely, people can share their resources with you. So in my playthrough, I apparently am really bad at providing my town with fresh and clean water. So every so often, little notifications will pop up in the top center of the screen that will show you your city, you just bought water from so-and-so in Junction Point Town. Conversely, if somebody else in your region has, say, a very tourism-friendly city, you can build a lot of buses and train stations and all kinds of regional transport systems to get your people over to their city. So there is a lot of interplay there. Again, I don't think it's a huge part of the experience, but I am dying to get my hands on more of it in a post-launch live environment to see what it's really like out there. I will say also, it is a SimCity game, and you will be terrible at your first city, and you will fail miserably. So that sort of creates complications, I think, with the issue of abandonment if you happen to start your first game in a region with somebody else. So I would recommend, if you do play the game, just give it a shot solo before you start one with somebody else, just to see what it's like. So obviously these are my very initial impressions based on only 6 hours with the game. And based on what I've seen, it seems like there is definitely a lot going on and definitely more to come. There were features that I barely skimmed the surface of, even at the end of my playthrough. So I'm really excited to get this going in a post-launch live environment. I'm hoping we'll have a full review up by the end of the week, but if not, you can look for it here early next week. And of course, I will be tweeting it out, so you can follow me at TerraLongest. The game comes out tomorrow in the meantime, so if you are watching this after midnight, then let us know what you think of it.